Hey Pip, glad you're here. Coach Bill from Better Ball Player with you here once again. Hope you're finding the swing school training to be right up your alley. Hope things are coming along pretty well for you, and I hope that you're finding the information helpful. Once again, if you recall, I'm a little bit of a contrarian. Yes, there are mechanics that are involved, and that's what we're doing right now, just taking care of those 7 functional skills. Today here on day 4, we're just looking at the introduction of leverage. So once again, we go through our warm-ups. We want to go off of our tee. We're going to try to hit a fly ball. We're going to try to hit a ground ball. We're going to try to hit a line drive. And what we're trying to do now is just feel how we're making self-adjustments. So a lot of the items that we do, we're trying to create self-adjustments so that we create feel and awareness for ourselves as hitters. So I would probably just go through that 3 times. Obviously, if you want to do a dynamic warm-up, please feel free to do such. But we start there, and then we do a little bit of a review. And in that review, what we're looking at is the slack pull. So we went over the corkscrew, we did the wrist flex, we did the lead arm lockout, and we did all of that as part of the Mel-Ott drill. If you go back to the day 3 training, I've added some links into demonstrations of those items, so please feel free to go back and take a look at those. And as always, as we're moving along here, I'll keep adding links back in as we keep going over some other topics and such, but just wanted you to know that. So day 4 coming up, so we can do that. All right, so today we're trying to get into leverage, and if we recall, if you go back, take a look at these ideas of leverage, especially if you look at some of the stride videos and what we're trying to do here. So today, that's we're looking at leverage and what each stride can bring to me as a player, the good, the bad. All right, pretty much a 30,000 foot view when you look at that video on strides, and it's relatively quick. I don't think it's any more than 7 minutes. So if you want to take a look, you can fast forward to your place. So today, what we're looking at then would be the wedges or the car ramps. Okay, right? Probably spend $40-50 at your local Walmart or car store, and you can pick up a pair of ramps. They're there just to help us to feel. In one regards, they help us to feel forward momentum, but in another way, they get us into the library really quick, because when we work against that back foot, and as a hitter, I don't want to work over the back foot, I want to work against it. That's a very big differentiation. Once again, I want to work against the back foot. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to use the wedges, and I'm just going to go with my stride, I'm just going to go to front foot plant, and I might do that anywhere from 5 to 10 times. I want to make sure that my body weight isn't forward. I'm not into the front leg. I want to make sure that my midline, right, if I took myself and I split myself right in half straight down, that my midline is holding correctly, even weight distribution, or I might be just slightly behind my midline, okay? So where I would deliver the ball and such. So we want to get there. Again, we're looking at working off of a tee, and that would be maybe a set of 3 by 10 times. So we do the dry swing, then we add in the tee. So it has that element of forward momentum. It gets us into the library. I want to be able to control that. So if I hit my corkscrew, that corkscrew is going to act as a counterbalance. When my dupa, if I'm a right-handed hitter, when I show my right back pocket to the pitcher, that's a counterbalance. That's the counterbalance, and it's going to help me to control my foot drop, right? So for me, that stride is nothing but a fall, and I have to be able to control the fall. I don't want to be down early. I don't want to be down late. I want to be down on time, okay? So that is helping me to get those feels, to get those awareness. If you have a resistance belt, I'd go ahead and add that in at that point. I happen to use Lance Wheeler's belt itself, the control velocity belt. So it is certainly adaptable for this, but I know Skills makes them. There are several other uh, uh, makers of resistance belts and such. So you just tie it down, uh, tack it down, snap it down onto a weight, onto a pull, whatever. So it gives you a little bit of resistance. And what that will do is that will make you work. And if I use that resistance belt, sometimes I'll put it in front because now I have to work against it because it's going to really want to pull me forward. So now I have to get to that corkscrew. And then the other time I might use it directly behind me, and it's going to hold me back. So it's going to help aid me in being slow to the fall. Okay, so once again, what we want to remember is when we're striding, we also have to be reading the pitch. Okay, so two things are happening at once, and we want that stride to be from rote. We don't want to have to think about it. We want to make sure that it's getting done correctly. We want to make sure that when we hit at foot plant, we are still in the corkscrew, and at that point when the foot hits, that's when we're starting to unravel the swing. That's when the swing wants to unravel. We would look for, some of the things that you're going to look for then as you hit. You want to make sure that your bat stays slotted. You're not using your hands too early. We're getting a good hip lock, okay? And so those are the items that you want to look for, okay? Hey, that's day 4. And as usual, I'll go back in. If I don't already have them in there, I'll link into some areas there where we're using the wedges, and we can go from there. Okay. In the meantime, if you would please, if you thought this was helpful, please pass it along. And if you would, please click subscribe. That would help me very much so. And if you have any comments, please leave them below. Any questions, as such, also do that. So we have some good information that I'm planning, and hopefully we'll be able to get that out soon. But if you would please, hey, thank you very much. I'm glad you're taking your time to watch this, and I hope you're finding it helpful. Okay? All right. In the meantime, I'll see you here soon. Take care.